Right, episode 23, Beisel Bros. I mean, it's pretty obvious who our 23 is. Probably Michael Jordan. We're not much of LeBron fans, but
no, I'm going Devin Hester. So
Devin Hester.
Yeah, that came to me just right now. So because we don't plan who the greatest is. We don't fucking sit in our room and think for 20 minutes. It's like on the spot.
Yeah. We barely know what episode it is, like walking into the studio, then we have to ask each other, which one is this?
Yeah, I know every time, right?
Go back and look.
Yeah, Devin Hester's mine by far. Like he's fucking like if he played like there's another example because on this show we just trash the NFL, right? Even though we make money hand over fist gambling on it, but if he was in the fucking league right now with these returns, bro, oh my god,
chances every time,
and the offenses are terrible and they're punting and I mean, he would have fucking 20 touchdowns a year, man.
Yeah, they had to make him 100 speed in Madden.
Yeah,
you couldn't really like project how he
was so good, right? Yeah, you have to make his agility and like there's no way to quantify the vision because his vision is why he was the best. I don't think he was
a one cut guy and he made the right decision.
He always made the right decision. His agility should have been 100 too. Like him and Peter
should have been
Warwick.
105.
I'd say him, Peter Warwick, and LaShawn McCoy. Those guys are the best. And Barry Sanders. That'd be my But yeah, it was his vision. But how do you put that in a video game? You can't, right?
No.
So you have to make him 100 speed, right?
It's like when like you used to play the old NHL games, like Mark Massey's awareness was 90.
Yeah, but it doesn't do fuck all, right?
Exactly. So you couldn't.
That's why Pavel Bure is always the best player in those games because he's 99 slap shot, 99 speed, right?
That agility, you had to be good with the R1 and L1s to make him go side to side, a little left and right jukes.
Yeah, exactly. So. Yeah, no, I
just loved having like Dave Anderchuk in those games where his awareness was always 95, but everything else was 65.
Let's put him on the power play, right?
Yeah, he was a specialist.
Yeah.
Well, let's jump into.
We already know what the entire show is going to be out.
So before the gold, let's talk about the semifinals because that game wasn't very boring.
No. Well, let's talk about the Czechs quickly game because the games are almost similar, right?
Yeah.
But you kind of like we're gonna talk what I see Canada US the whole show, but you know I thought about the game today because I think like my brain is kind of leaning US. Unfortunately, obviously I'm not gonna bet on it or fucking promote that whatsoever. But one thing I was thinking about is like how Finland just like kind of clogged it up, right? They got a 1-goal lead. They got a lucky shorthanded break, and obviously Haula finished it, which made it was 2-0, right? But They literally just played like the fucking Jacques Lemaire fucking trap the whole fucking time. And obviously it ended up not working. It could have worked, right?
Yeah, easily could have worked.
But I think, people look at this game like Canada looks like shit. That's the narrative now. Canada looks like shit and the US looks fucking amazing.
Canada looks like the Oilers.
They do, man. They
exactly.
Yeah.
Very good top line.
They do, man.
And then behind it, you're like, guys, I thought you were good. Like Sam Reinhart. You're like a 50 goal scorer, bro.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the one goal you have, you didn't know, like you were looking the other way, just happened to hit your stick behind
her bullshit fucking goal. We'll take it.
We'll take it.
But this is the thing I was thinking about. Like so I'm a decent hockey player, okay? Like I'm like if you suck at hockey, I'll dominate you. And if you're good, you're better than me. That's like how I can break down how good I am. I think when people play with McDavid or around him, they
get nervous.
I think he's so fucking good that people literally lose their confidence around this guy. That's why I'm starting to think that mentally when these guys go on the ice, they're just trying to get off to rest him. It's the same as the Oilers.
That's what it looks like when all the three lines
are out
I know.
There.
It looks like, when you're playing, exactly, when you're not pressured, when you're playing against bums, you have so much time.
Yes.
Then when you're playing against good
when
guys,
it's really fast,
you start to panic.
Yeah.
But it's a confidence thing. Like these lines, like you look at the lines, like if you have let's say Reinhart, Marchand, and Bennett together.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's a Stanley. That's the best line.
That was the best line in the league.
And it was, maybe they don't play together all the time.
Yeah, because it was like Barkov, but whatever.
But that is like a world class line.
Yeah.
And it's like these guys look like they're skating in like mud.
Yeah, or like when you go watch Vegas, when you have Stone and Marner, and then they with Suzuki. Yeah, those guys they're a point per game.
They're playing against Finland. So
I know they can't
Lister, Reinen, and Lister, Reinen. It's like you guys can't do fuck all.
I know, man. I think it's mental.
You know why?
Okay, so like I'm not trying to compare myself to these guys, but you have to try to get in their brains because they're still humans.
Yeah, of course.
And like last couple games I've played in hockey, I was our best player on the line, so I scored 4 goals. But last game I wasn't our best player. I didn't carry the play, so I was just kind of phased out of it. I didn't get into the game.
Man was
exactly right. So it's got to be almost mental when you're watching this guy. He's so fucking good compared to everybody else. Even McKinnon looks like a little kid compared to him, man.
The scary thing is, and then how do you explain Celebrini? Because he's the one out there who looks like he's like taking this opportunity and running with it.
I think
he does not look scared. Is he just too dumb because he's young?
I think because he's 19, which adds a lot of sex appeal, and he's playing with McDavid. So he's getting all those one-timers in the slot, and he's playing with him. I think is making a big difference. I
think he's playing. I think he's playing with house money as well.
He is too. He's 19. Now.
He obviously deserves to be there. But
I think it's because he's playing with McDavid, right?
Yeah.
But he's playing well.
Yeah, he is.
Playing well.
Yeah.
He is easily our second best player on this team.
Yeah,
but McKinnon, in fairness, I think McKinnon's hurt coming in, right? So like it's him at full strength. It's crazy, but you're so right. It's so funny watching the power play because Makar will come up. Then they'll drop to McKinnon. Then they'll drop it back to McDavid. It's like easily he's one of those guys could skate it.
Yeah.
Like how many times you've seen McKinnon bust in? Like he doesn't need McDavid, but
he's the guy. He's the alpha, man. And that's why LeBron is a bitch, man. Because this is why LeBron will never, ever be better than Kobe. There's one sole reason why. It's because the Olympics. Yeah. When Team USA brought like Tayshaun Prince, like AI when he fucking sucked, Allen
like a 40-year-old,
I hate that we have to call him you can't even call him AI anymore.
Yeah, fucking AI is AI now. I know.
Okay, so Allen,
original AI.
Yeah, so the OG AI, like their team is fucking garbage. They, like Billups and Prince were great on Detroit, but they fucking sucked on the US. And they had to bring Kobe in to win that fucking goal
because LeBron is a young guy. Because
LeBron was just not. He's just a pussy, man. Period. There's
he doesn't have that killer instinct.
He doesn't, man.
Only a couple athletes actually have.
Yeah. And when Kobe fucking ran Powell over, when he fucking first play game, he's like, I'm gonna absolutely fucking Scott Stevens Pau Gasol in the first fucking.
I know, and he's their teammates.
Friend, man.
I know, but this is, but that's why. That's why LeBron will never, ever be better. Like objectively, yes. He's a fucking freak. He's one of the, obviously he's a top 3-4 player, whatever the hell you want to call him. I think he's the second best player ever, but like third. Okay. Fair enough.
MJ and Kobe are ahead of him because of that killer instinct they both had.
Yeah. And LeBron is just not the alpha on this team. And then you look at even McKinnon said this about McDavid. He's like, this guy is the best, man. I'm not the best player, man, straight up.
Yeah.
And I know McKinnon's injured. We all love him. He's fucking just as fun to watch as McDavid.
Yeah.
McDavid is so much better than like Nick Suzuki. Love the guy. We were like we're Habs fans and we're not Habs fans, but like they're my second favorite
Montreal,
team.
Definitely.
They're my second favorite team, but like Nick Suzuki looks like fucking, I don't know, like fucking like Brad Isbister. I don't fucking know.
No, but
it's
crazy though. Like these guys are still playing like 10, 12, 13, 14 minutes. And
they don't do fuck
and
all,
the craziest thing is they're playing against like the Czech line with Cervenka, Cervinska, and Cervunska.
Yeah, I know.
These guys don't even play in the
Rosichka and like all these guys got kicked to lead for doing like blow and shit.
I know. Like
Rosichka like beats like cab drivers and has to play in the KHL. And he's like shutting these guys down. It's like this. I know bullshit.
It's really weird because if these guys were the top line, and playing against that top line, they would dominate. Nick Suzuki at 3 points a game.
And that's what kind of scares me about this US game is every line's going for them. Jack Hughes looks great. That line's great. Tage Thompson looks great.
Yes, they do.
Larkin looks great. Eichel looks great with the Kachuk sisters. Like these guys look fucking good, man. And you know what? I said this. Like this is the thing with me. I'm a realist. I'm obviously want Canada to win worse than like anything. But if Jack Hughes played in Boston, I think they would have whooped our ass. Or sorry, Jack. No, the other asshole. Quinn. Yeah. If Quinn played in Boston, I think we would have lost that game, man. Seriously, he makes that big of a difference. And I think he's better than Makar, personally. I think he's the best defense in the NHL. And and what I'm afraid of is the way Quinn, Hughes, and Werenski move the puck. Makar does that, but no one else in Canada does that.
No, on defense.
Well, you have to just really break, but just look at the roster, man. Sandheim, Theodore, Harvey. It's like,
no, Harley's actually.
Or sorry,
good.
Harley. But it's like, I know, I'm not saying they're not good.
Yeah.
But like our team was like Ray Bork, Rob Blake, Niedermeyer.
Yeah,
Pronger,
no, I know.
This is not your like old school Team Canada. We're actually the best.
I like how everybody's like, this is the Wedgwood, Blackwood, Whitewood, and Yellowwood. That's our team.
I know. Compared to what we had in like the early 2000s.
See, this is
look at fucking when we last won in 2010, we were allowed, or sorry, 2014 or 2010. Like Luongo was the starter, then it was Price, but like you had like perennial Hall of Famers backing them up, right?
Yeah.
So it's like,
well, when people when Celebrini and McKinnon and McDavid are all fucking shit up in the preliminaries against France, all these shitty teams. Everybody's like, this is the best Team Canada ever. It's like, you guys are fucking retarded. You know what I find? People are so bored that they want it to be the best all the time. It's just not. You're not going to get Texas USC ever again in the Rose Bowl. That game will never happen.
No.
You'll never see a better sporting event than that. No, I'm serious. The 2014 Team Canada would fucking whoop this fucking team, bro.
Yeah,
they would fucking.
I think we got scored on once. Dude, like 2 goals, I think they allowed in the entire tournament.
Man,
we shot Sweden.
Dude, those teams that get killed, man. Like teams are not even like. Look at Sweden in 2002, and when Salo got fucked by Belarus, that team would whoop Canada's ass.
Oh my god!
They would fucking
with Matt Sundin team
and Lidstrom and Forsberg. That team would whoop this team. Bro.
Oh yeah, 100%.
This team sucks. It has a freak and a bunch of fucking role players and a couple freaks.
Nate, Makar,
okay, we have three freaks and a prodigy and a clutch goalie.
But you probably only have 70% of Nate. Yeah. So he's not the Nate,
right? Where we don't have full Nate.
No, so, Nate McKinney, you don't have Nate Dogg.
No, you don't have Nate Dogg. Even though he was clutch yesterday, great.
Yeah,
but we have a clutch winning goaltender. 3 freaks, 1's injured, and a prodigy. That's it. The rest of the team is just fucking and Mitch Marner if it's an overtime or a clutch situation. That's it.
When they go home, they're the best.
Rick. I think it
makes no sense.
Rick. I've played every sport at a high level. That's how we're good gamblers. Seriously. We just grasp this shit. And I seriously think these guys are intimidated by McDavid. He's just that fucking good.
Because like you think, like look at Brad Marchand in the Cup final. Obviously,
they're not intimidated to play against him. It's when you're on his team. He's just
but like look at Marchand in the Cup final. He was literally better than Gretzky.
Yeah, he actually was. He actually was.
Yeah. He completely
stuck his cock down our throats.
Exactly. Now, is he in form like he was? No. Like he's not as in form as he is now. Okay?
Yeah.
Just like Matthew Tkachuk's probably not in form because he's been injured, right? It's the same shit. I'm just saying, you look at the confidence Brad Marchand played in the 6 games in the Stanley Cup last year. He's not even a shell of himself. And yes, we how many games have been 5 games, and how many real games?
And he actually played well.
He did play well. You know, he
but...
crashed the net. We got the puck back to the point, and they slid it across, and Theodore scored the one timer, and he was kind of involved. But there's no movement. You're used to seeing him do spinoramas and you know him deking and dangling and making plays and like noticeable. These guys just chip it in, bang a body and just get the fuck off and hope McDavid has some.
I know, man. Rick, are you like this has to be mental? I think when they see this,
are you seeing this too, Rick?
I agree with you. I was texting a buddy of mine, not the last game, but the one before that, so the quarterfinals.
The Czech,
man, like where. I was talking about depth scoring. I'm like, where is like Suzuki? Like he does so much with Montreal. Where is he now? And then of course, a couple of minutes later, he stays on the ice, dumps the puck in. Everyone else, he stayed on the ice.
Yeah, unbelievable goal.
Goes in there, applies a little bit of pressure. Puck comes back to the point, and he tips in a fucking amazing goal.
Yeah,
but could you guys?
But I need more consistency.
But we easily could have lost the game and it would finish fucking 7-6 sixth.
But even like
whatever.
Tom Wilson's a 30-goal guy. Do you know what I mean by this shit?
Yeah.
Like it's
so
just
this
it's
game
weird,
I'm actually excited
man.
because there's going to be the line of Marshawn, Wilson, and Bennett.
Yeah, great
and I
line.
think that line can go out there and fuck some shit up against the U.S.
Yeah,
and that's going to leave McKinnon, McDavid, and Celebrini to play together.
Yeah,
is Crosby coming back or is Crosby out?
Nobody knows.
Saying, right as of right now, they say there's a 70% chance he plays.
Really?
Yeah,
that'd
be massive if he played.
Yeah.
Because
you know what,
losing him hurts.
Yeah, because I know we were playing Czech, and I was, like the France game, like it's all like the France game is bullshit, but the Czech game, Crosby looked pretty good. Like he was active. You could tell, you could notice he was playing when Hagel is on the ice. It could be me in his uniform.
Hagel's had about 2 or 3 shifts this tournament.
Yeah.
We need more out of that.
Yeah. No, it's I don't know. It's just weird because you're watching Oilers hockey on Sportsnet West. Like it's literally the same fucking shit.
But if we compare it to the early 2000s, we can go back and look at that team and who was on the roster. But just thinking about it, they were fucking all Hall of Famers.
Yeah, I know, man.
Everybody's a fucking Hall of Fame.
But
your fourth line was like fucking Eiserman. It was like what Hall of Fame? Like it's just.
But you know what I've noticed, Rick, is how bad the other countries are now. Like you look at Sweden's roster, they have Nylander and Kempe and fucking Forsberg and shit.
Individual players now is what
dude,
it is.
they are not even like Sweden 20 years ago is like night and day fucking better, right?
But
look, Russia's not in it. Like you're looking.
But Russia is the exact same team as Sweden. You have Panarin, Ovechkin.
No, they're so much better than fucking Sweden.
Okay,
man.
they're technically better, but go look at their second and third pairing, man. It's like Anton Belov.
It's better.
There's a good reference for you
I
there,
think Russia's team right now is the best it's been. Because they're better, they have way better goaltending, way better D than they've ever had, and they still have the guys up front.
But they still have that old Russian build where they have Datsuk, Ovechkin, and Kovalchuk, and then their D is like Kulikov,
right? And that's why they never fucking won anything.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like they would be a threat, especially in today's game.
The only team that's gotten better is the U.S. because hockey's become more popular there, right?
Of course, and they have 500 million people and unlimited money.
No, hockey has grown in the U.S. and you're seeing it with their national team, right?
Yeah, totally.
Finland has had. I'm serious. They have had the same roster since fucking 1910.
Forever. Yeah,
they've just a bunch of role players, maybe one star, Solani, Ranton, and whoever it's been.
Yeah.
Other than that, it's the same 5 team. They just play as a team.
Blue collar,
always
2-1,
always a tough out, right?
And good goaltending.
Good goal, always a good goalie. So, yeah, no, it's just I'm just looking at the talent, like when people are like this is best Canada team, or it's like, bro, 2010.
No. Who the fuck said that?
Well, just dumbasses.
It's been out there before. I've definitely heard it.
Yeah, but that could be a young person.
But to me, like Getzlaf and Perry in 2010 are look at
that would be our top line. All of these guys. Look at those old teams as Jeff Carter, Rick Nash, Perry, Getzlaf. They all produced. They all had 5+ points.
Yeah.
In 2002, your goalies were Belfour, Brodeur, and Joseph. Your defensemen were Rob Blake, Eric Brewer, Adam Foote, Ed Jovanovski, Al McInnes, Scott Niedermeyer, Chris Pronger, which if I just look quickly, I'm going to say Blake is a Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
Foote might be. McInnes is. Niedermeyer is. Pronger is. Let's go to the forwards. Theo Fleury, Simon Gagne, Jerome McGinley, Paul Correa, Mario Lemieux, Eric Lindros, Joe Nieuwendyk, Owen Nolan, Mike Pekka, Joe Sakic, Brendan Shanahan, Ryan Smith, Steve Eiserman.
I mean, that team just rolls this team.
The majority of those guys are Hall of Famers.
Yeah. That team just absolutely destroys this team, man. Top to bottom.
I don't think our guys end up being like, we won't have that many guys in the Hall of Fame 20 years from now.
No.
And Rick, the craziest thing, that 2002 team in Salt Lake wasn't even our best team.
No.
This was because it had Mario, which was at the end of his career.
And then he was our best player.
Joe Sakic was not quite the end, but getting there. Same with Stevie Eiserman. Pekka's a little bit older. You really don't have the youth there.
The best team ever was 2014. By
2014.
far. Carey Price was like better than Hasek.
Yeah.
Crosby was as good as McDavid was, basically.
Yeah. Rick, can you read off that roster? Because that's a ridiculous.
That's the best team ever.
Goaltenders. You got Bobby Lou, you got Carey Price, and you got Mike Smith.
Wow, Mike Smith.
That's okay. Well, he's a locker room guy, man.
But he also is he carried Phoenix a couple rounds.
But he's never gonna play, right?
No,
like the two guys, those guys are both 99
Bobby
overall.
Lou and Price are Hall of Fame.
Yeah. Then on defense, we have PK Subban, Mark Edward Vlasic, Vlasic, Alex Pietrangelo, Jay Bouwmeester, Drew Doughty, Shea Weber, Dan Hamhuis.
Yeah, that team's retarded. That's fucking ridiculous. Drew Doughty is as good as Makar, in my opinion.
Shea Weber
at his point, and Shea Weber is better. Like he's the guy. He's like roided out Evan Bouchard.
And what's
you still have PK Subban there. Jay Bo is one of the best skaters of all time.
Yeah. And Vlasic is basically Slavin. He was the best defensive defender.
Okay, so Rick, who are the forwards on that team?
We go Matt Duchene, Patrick Sharp, Patrick Marleau, Chris Kunitz.
Yeah, with Crosby.
Crosby got his guy.
Great, yeah.
McDavid doesn't. That's crazy. Getzlaf, Ryan Getzlaf, Jonathan Taves, John Tavares, Jamie Benn, Corey Perry, Marty St. Louis, Patrice Bergeron, Rick Nash, Jeff Carter, and Sidney Crosby.
Yeah, that's retarded. Did they even score on?
Yeah, that's young Perry. That's relatively young St. Louis. That's young Bergeron, young Nash, young Carter, young Crosby, young. That's crazy.
Yeah, everybody was in their prime.
Taves,
and that team is playing against Russia in Russia. That team is playing U.S. That team's playing Sweden. That team's playing Finland. This turn we've played. We dodged
France,
Sweden,
Czech, and Finland.
Dude, I know,
like
and honestly, man, that's why I'm worried about this game. I think Canada has gotten by with this Oilers type fucking bullshit hockey,
but I don't think they change their game at all. So
they're not.
In the quarterfinals against the Czechs, first period is kind of weird. Second period, we took that over.
Yeah,
right? And they just kept playing their fucking game. Czechs had no chance after that.
Yeah,
didn't get a lot of shots. Finland, they got their 2 goals, and then they went to 1995 New Jersey Devil style.
Yeah.
We're shutting it down. Nobody passed the red line. That is illegal. You'll get fined. Do not do it. And we just kept playing our game. And after the first period, I think they had, in the second and third, I think they had some like less than 10 shots combined.
Yeah.
It was us just playing our game. They're very good at playing defensively, so it's going to take a minute to try and get past it.
Yeah.
Their goalie had a good game. The U.S., against Sweden, definitely got pushed.
Yeah.
Right? That went to OT. It was just as close as our game. Their next game, they got the easier version in Slovakia, and they beat them.
Yeah.
They beat them pretty handily. It's going to be different going into this one. They're going to be in their own heads. They do not want to lose this game. They are not a very good team when they're in their own heads.
Yeah.
And their biggest obstacle will not be the game. Their biggest obstacle will get over the fact they have to play Canada in their heads. The fact they want to beat them so bad.
Yeah, and the interesting thing I wanted to bring up is Hellebuck versus Binnington, right? Because it's almost they're opposites, right? Hellebuck is way better than him in every situation till it matters. Yes. So, Binnington has won a cup. Binnington fucked him in the 4 Nations. Hellebuck can't get past the first round. He's never even made a save in the playoffs. He's the worst. He's a worse playoff goalie than Skinner. Like he's fucking horrendous, right? So it's like that's the weird thing about this game, right?
And it's one game.
Like if you're looking at all the teams on paper, I think defensively and in net, technically the U.S. is better on paper
because of the goalie.
But their Canada
is better. Their goaltender is better on paper.
Yeah,
but we already know when the chips are down, Binnington stands up better.
Yeah.
Our forwards are better.
It's just such an interesting. I mean, this is why this is probably the biggest game in a long time. I don't really know. Yeah. I mean, it just especially with I know we don't talk politics other than like Epstein on this show, but like, like Canada and the US like are not in great terms right now. People, and like if you ask your average everyday boomer in Canada, they want to murder.
You can't.
No, I know, but I know you can't, but the hate for the U.S. is an all-time high, I would say right now.
But
right?
I mean, like
the country's beefing right now is at a very high beef right now.
Yeah, it's true. I just think like, yeah, I mean with Gretzky, right? He was on, and you go on Instagram or TikTok or any social media, like they get this guy a USA jersey because he hangs with Dustin Johnson, Trump, or whatever.
He's hanging out with Messier and Tom Brady.
Yeah, yesterday. I know. I'm just saying, like, don't ask those guys, man.
No, but I know what you're
saying. I know what you're saying.
Dude, there's people our age that think Trump
a lot of beef. Yeah.
The trade war and all that. It adds to this game, bro. It does, straight up. It actually does.
Absolutely, it does.
Everything does. There's the 51st state and all this crap going on. This is the game. It's a big,
so much bigger than just hockey.
It actually is, man.
It's crazy. I create a Poly Market account today, and it's kind of hard to get money, and I'll teach you to do it. It's really interesting. But I was going through the geopolitics on there.
Yeah.
And Trump to buy a piece of Alberta is 12% on Poly Market. That's like plus 5
in like a certain, but what time frame though? Like
in the next
recent
2 years, man.
Yeah, I mean, fuck. That's just another topic for another day. But I know that's kind of crazy. That's even that high, man. Because fuck, I tried to take Epstein's files to be released. It was 99% not going to be released. I tried to put like 100 to pay, like it pays like a fuck ton on there. I tried to bet against that figure skater on there too, man. Oh, so the fact that he lost, bro. No, the U.S. guy.
Oh, the U.S. guy.
Whatever the hell his name was. Quad God. Quad God. Yeah, no. Anyways, yeah, that's fucking crazy. 12%. It's not even that crazy.
No,
man.
It's not. So
this game's bigger than hockey for a lot, especially for Canadians, because we hate them more than they hate us, for sure. Right? Does everybody agree?
They are running their mouths so much online.
Yeah.
Whether you look at the Barstool people.
Yeah, exactly.
Whatever, they want this so fucking bad.
And
we need to put them back in their place as number 2 or 3 on the hockey world. We are 1. We are on a different level. Don't talk to us. You're not allowed up here.
Well, what's everybody's prediction?
I think it's going to be a close game. I think Canada wins. I do not think the Americans have a good enough team. I think their players are individually skilled enough to win a type of game like this. I don't think they have the type of game. And especially if 87 plays, you're going to see a very well played game by Team Canada. I think they'll stick to their game plan the whole entire time, which they have every fucking game so far. And I think if we can get a quick one on them, I think you get the U.S. Thinking about it too much.
And Jared,
my intuition says 4-0 U.S.
Mm-hmm.
So that's just my intuition. It says one of the worst moments in Canadian history.
Okay,
that's my intuition.
Really interesting.
So, yeah, my brain, says it'll go to overtime. It's just another classic.
Yeah.
But my intuition's usually correct.
Oh, so you're like afraid.
I'm really afraid. Yeah. Because again, if Canada doesn't start fast, like if you get down 1-0 to the US, not saying 1-0's end of the world. It's just like, it's not like playing against Finland.
Yeah. You know, like Rick, you brought up a good point with, like Sweden, U.S. was a good game. It was pretty tight. U.S. was a better team. They won, but like Canada's had bad matchups in my opinion. Finland is a bad matchup. They just want to sit there and do fuck all and make it tight, right? So it makes Canada look bad. Whereas the U.S. is going to play it. It's just going to be back and forth. I think that helps for guys like McKinnon, McDavid. Makari, we can use our speed because we're way faster than they are, right? I think team speed, we're faster than they are.
Transition game is going to be important.
Yeah, I just I don't think I think it's going to be mental. That's all this is going to come down to. Is does Hellebuck? He let 2 fucking goals in that third period.
Against Slovakia.
Do I know that's going to fuck his confidence? No, but
it's going to be in his head.
It's not great. It's not a great
part of his head.
Yeah, it's not great to lose the third period. Yeah. I'm just picking at straws here, but
what do you think? What's your prediction?
No, I think Canada's pedigree, man. They're just winners, and the U.S. are fucking losers, at least in this sport. So that's what this comes down to. They don't win. Look Salt Lake City, whoop them. When Patrick Kane fucked us in Paris,
Niedermayer gave his speech. Yeah,
in 2010. Just Crosby just gets it done, man.
But that's the theme of Canada. Though.
I know, 4 nations. McDavid fucks him in overtime. It's constant, man.
It's everywhere. Canada has an unbelievable will to get the job.
It does, man. We just know how to win. And then when you look at the biggest loser goalie in the NHL versus the biggest winner.
Yeah,
Binnington sucks. But when it's on the line, for some reason, he's the best.
You know what I think?
And look at Hellebuck, 930 save in the regular season. He gets shelled by St. Louis. This guy sucks. He is the heart of a hummingbird, and he's in his fucking own brain. He needs to go to fucking therapy, man. No, he can't fucking do it. Some guys are just like that. Some guys don't have that clutch gene. You see it all over the place, man.
I think my intuition is because the 3. There's been massive games in my life. Obviously, the U.S. game was the biggest game in 2010. That's the biggest game. Actually, it's not true.
It was on home soil.
Carolina Oilers
06 was the biggest game in my life. Number 2 or 1A, 1B was 2010.
Yeah.
No. 2010
Dude, and the
Olympics.
barn was just as big, buddy. Like that, it's right underneath.
Let me finish. 2006 is the biggest game of my life. Second, 1A, 1B was 2010.
Yeah.
But 2014, I would put my soul on the line. Canada whoop Sweden's ass. Like it was like playing. It's like little kids. That team wouldn't lose.
But where do you rank Canada, USA versus Florida? Not last year because no one like the Avalanche with Ray Bork would have got whooped by Florida that year.
Yeah. So for me personally, what I'm trying to say is my intuition, because I have such bad PTSD from the last 2 years and 2006.
Mm-hmm.
Like my heart says they're gonna win. The U.S. will be up 2-0, and they'll just get an empty netter, and it's just like
it's
done.
The sourest thing
because
ever.
even if we're down 2-1, we've pulled. It's like, okay, this was fun. It was exciting. Am I going to be hurt by it? Yeah, but nothing hurts more than what happened in Game 6 last year, where I literally left when it was 2-0. I left the house and didn't hear one peep. I didn't watch 1 second.
Well, 70. What did the Oilers lose 8-0 in Game 6?
I don't know.
Like,
I actually
it was
don't
the
know
biggest beating ever. And I knew Game 5 is the worst Oiler game in the history of the Oilers. Game 5 is the worst game of all time, in my opinion.
Worse than Game 1 against Carolina.
Yeah, it is. You know, this is why. Let me explain why Game 5 against Florida last year was the worst game in Oilers history. Is because if not only did they lose, which is terrible. Because if they win,
did they lose 19-0 that game?
I'm serious. We didn't even get a shot on net.
Okay.
It was the biggest ass whooping I've ever seen in my life. And the reason why is you're at home. I know they're better than us, but it's hockey. You can get lucky. You're at home. You could, if you win that game, Game 7 at worst, because you never know. You might win Game 6, even though they're superior to us. You would have got a Game 7 in Edmonton. That's priceless. That like most fans don't see it in their life. And for it to be against Florida as the rematch and to get beat 70-0, it was the biggest ass kicking.
I went to 7-11.
Rick, we were with 30 of our friends for Game 5, and this bar downtown is rowdy. Everybody's so excited. It was. I don't know what the score is. I'm gonna guess it was 7-0. I don't know what it was. It was
5-2.
Okay. It was, because we scored 2 goals with a sack. Like, we scored 2 goals the last 5 minutes.
They scored 2 in the first, then they scored 1 in the third to be up 3-0.
Yeah.
Connor scores 1 to make it 3-1. Obviously, Reinhardt scores, Perry scores, and then
it was never close. It was never a game, and it was the most there. No. And you know what? And every Oiler fan that's smart, there was probably some people that just are blind and wanted to be positive, but you knew after the game it was completely over. And game 6 was 14-0. Reinhardt.
What was the actual final?
7-0, I'm gonna guess.
5-1.
Okay. Well, Reinhardt had 4 goals, so fuck.
You have 4, Rick?
Reinhardt has 4 goals.
Yeah.
Whoa. Reinhardt had 4.
And you know, and I'm gonna shut up. Hold on. And I'm gonna guiltily admit to this. I bet his hat trick and his 4th goal live on 3s because I didn't give a fuck. I was so fucking angry.
Hold on. Sam Reinhardt had 4 goals in Game 6.
Yeah.
Okay, I just rode my bike like a crackhead around Otwell.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, well, that's the pain, right?
Yeah. Okay, so my intuition is from pain.
Yeah.
I hope I'm wrong, but we'll see, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd like to. It's kind of like watching the U.S. in the women's game. Like Poulin kind of had a little wrist shot there, and she didn't really have a chance.
I didn't think we stood a chance in that game.
I know, and it was great coaching.
Fucking plus 400,
unbelievably well coached game by Canada.
Yeah.
And the coach, their coach said we're gonna switch a lot of shit up. They're gonna be not confused, but they're gonna see a lot of different looks, and it worked. And hey, fuck, there's 2 minutes left.
I mean, they're plus 400 pregame. Unbelievable.
And they're up
right?
with 2 minutes left.
Yeah.
So
lucky.
But this has been Canada's cardiac Canada, man. Expect the unexpected. We might fucking win.
Yeah, I'm torn because I don't think you can play with fire that long. You'll get fucking bit. But at the same time, it's Canada is just, they're winners and the US are losers. So literally they don't know how to win.
Yeah,
and Canada just does. So that's we've had 3 massive games against them in our lifetime. We've won all 3 of them. So
that's true. Yeah. Salt Lake,
2010 and the 4 Nations. So I don't know. I mean, this is probably on paper, this is probably the biggest one of them all, I would have to say, other than 2010's bigger in this game for me.
Yeah.
Just because it was in Canada. But
being on Canadian soil meant different.
Yeah, means more. Different. And Salt Lake was massive too, because we never.
Now you're on their ice.
Yeah, you know what? Actually, this, in my opinion, this is the third biggest Canada game ever, because I'm an old head. But
this is my third for me too.
And you have to remember, Czech fucked us on best and embarrassed us in '98, right? So to win in 2002 is such a massive redemption thing.
Totally. There's just so much pride on the line. I agree with you.
Yeah.
2010 was my golden goose game. I would say 2002 is second. This would be the third.
Yeah.
Because in 2014 it was just
I mean, that team's so superior. It didn't matter.
That was it was it'd be like watching
now how much more, let's close the show. How much more do you guys want the Oilers to win the cup than this game, personally?
I want the Oilers to win the cup significantly more, because it's so much rarer. Canada will. Yeah, and the thing too is Canada. Okay, there's no Russia. Yeah. Is a Czech a threat? I guess visually, I suppose, but not really. Finland, I suppose, but not really. U.S. major threat, and then after it's Sweden and who else? France and Italy and Denmark and Germany. It's these teams are not good.
Yeah.
It was set up as a walk in the park to play the U.S. Mm-hmm. Obviously, it's been the unbelievable struggle that we've all enjoyed, of course, because we got the result. But winning an Olympic gold for an individual is very difficult, because it's once every 4 years. And look, Bouchard, some would argue doesn't deserve to be there. Some would say he does. Let's just use Oilers. Hyman, Rick thought he deserved to be there. It's so hard to even make the team, let alone actually finish the job, right? Whereas the Stanley Cup for me, now let's go for a team for a Stanley Cup, 31, 32 teams. I don't know what's the new fucking team.
I think it's 30.
Kraken and Utah, whatever.
Yeah.
That's very difficult. The Stanley Cup's one of the hardest trophies in sports to win. And it's kind of random too, It's
the hardest, man.
It is the hardest. So yeah, winning a gold for Canada, I've seen it. I expect it. The Oilers, man.
Now that we all agree, because Rick and me are talking off air, I see we are the same as you. We don't would you guys rather have the Oilers win the cup?
Yeah.
Or Canada? This is fucking not even realistic, but let's just talk about it quickly to finish the show. Canada to win the World Cup.
In soccer? Yeah. Oh, I'd way rather have Canada.
Well, I want to hear what Rick says, because I don't know if he's a soccer guy. So
ridiculous that Canada winning the World Cup would be much larger.
Yeah.
On a world stage.
Yeah.
But the Oilers winning would mean more to me.
Yeah, no, and you know what? It's cool Rick said it, because a lot of people I ask, other than Connor, our buddy, everybody else says the same shit as Rick. Yeah. Which I'm not saying it right or wrong. I just wanted to know.
Yeah, no, there's no arguing that one.
So, Rick, your pinnacle in sports is the Oilers winning the cup. That's
100%.
Okay, fair enough. That's mine too.
Good enough at soccer to really be
right
for that type of a result, anyway.
Yeah, so. But if Turkey can make the fucking semis, I think Canada can. I think Canada.
Well, Morocco is there, right?
Or sorry, Morocco.
Well, Turkey did in 2002.
Yeah, I was.
Yeah,
no. If Morocco can make the semis, so can Canada technically.
Yeah. So this is how I look at it. For me, the World Cup would be the rarest victory in Canadian sports history.
100%.
But would it not be the most insane win in the history of sports, though?
Probably. That might take
odds.
Well, let's think about it.
Odds wise, no.
Oh, because of Leicester.
But
that was gonna be my thing.
Yeah. But fuck. I mean,
I'm just saying.
Do you think it's harder for? I wonder what the odds would be.
Leicester winning is way crazy.
Rick,
I don't know if we're gonna. Yeah, I'm gonna.
Rick, right bring up Cool Bet there and
look it up.
Let's see if we can find it.
I'll just say this, man. You go watch interviews with guys in Scotland. This pops up on my YouTube. And it's like Glasgow Rangers, Celtic fans, Hearts fans, the Scottish Premier League.
Yeah.
They ask them, would you rather have Scotland to win the World Cup or your team to just win the league? And they all say win the league. They don't give a fuck, man. They all said it.
Really?
So that's the thing.
What was Leicester to win?
Plus 5,000 to 1. So Canada won't even be close. Canada will be plus it'll be
Canada will be plus 20,000, I guess. That'd be my guess. 2,000 to 1.
Plus 25,000.
Yeah. Okay, so they're
double. It's double.
They're 2,500 to 1.
Yeah.
To win the World Cup. And double
but you know, I think I'm okay. I agree. No, hold on. Odds wise, I agree. Yeah. But shock value for Canada to be the World Cup champion is way better than Leicester.
Well, it's a global stage, right? Not everybody. Like if you ask, you know, the employees here, hey, what did you think about Leicester winning? Some of them, because they're purists, will be like, it was fucking insane. Some of them are really young, won't remember it. And some don't give a fuck. They only like hockey. Yeah. And we're in Canada, right?
Yeah.
But like the World Cup is global. If an African side won the World Cup, like say Senegal won, I don't know. Their odds are probably a little bit better than Canada's. Maybe they're I don't know what the fuck they are. It doesn't matter. The point is that's the global number one sporting event, number one event worldwide. Like it doesn't matter if you're in a mud hut
it's
or
the event.
You're in a mansion in fucking I don't know, wherever, Montenegro, I don't fucking know, anywhere, man. You're watching, you know, from there's probably a TV in Alert Bay and Nunavut. These guys are fucking watching this shit. It's global. So yeah, for something like that to happen, yes. The only thing is Leicester had to play 40 some. I think it's 43.
Right,
games.
That's why
42 games. I think in the EPL.
Yeah, Whatever. there's no luck in that.
No,
they truly were the best team. I don't.
And they came out of absolutely nowhere. Jamie Vardy wanted to quit soccer. He was trying to become a bouncer.
I know. It's unbelievable. I've watched the story.
But soccer's crazy. You just watched whatever it was. I don't know. I can't remember. It's Crystal Palace or ever losing
the FA Cup game.
Yeah, they lost a junior B hockey team. Mm-hmm. They're starting forward couldn't make it because his shift went too long because they're doing a shutdown at a plant
at the cookie factory.
Look, man, this shit's crazy.
You know why?
I know what
you know why the World Cup is such a massive deal. Just to close here is because the group of teams that have won, the Italies, the Spains, the Brazils, it's such a small group. Uruguay's kind of teams. Almost the only exactly. There's only 8. It's always the same fucking
8 countries out of the 205.
If you
or
added a fucking Ghana in there, it's just weird, right? If you added a Canada in there, it's like how the fuck?
It's like adding Indiana, but the only thing is the stipulations change. You can't add Ronaldo in his prime to Canada because you bought his NIL deal. It's like that shit doesn't exist. So, yeah, for me, it's not even close because of the rarity. The Oilers are always 10-1 to win the cup, whereas Canada's every 4 years they're plus 25,000. It's like it's not.
I know
mathematically it's not relevant. I'm also a soccer guy. I love the Oilers, of course, but I'm a soccer guy too. So
I always think that's an interesting question.
Yeah, well, look at the Scottish guys. They'd rather have the Rangers win than fucking Scotland to win the World Cup.
That's kind of fucking weird,
but people love their team, man. That's why this shit is so big.
I need to see the Oilers win a cup so I can rest in peace, man.
I know, man. I might not be able to rest
right? Is that not true, man? I need to see them
5, but yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah, see, I've seen 0.
Rick,
in fact, hold on a second.
You remember 90?
I remember Ranford going behind the net and scooping out the puck. I remember sitting and watching that. Yeah. The other 4, I can tell you everything about him because I know everything about him. But the 5th one, I remember actually.
And this is why I have to just quickly say is I've completely cursed the Oilers. I was born July of 90 and they won of June of 90. As soon as I was born, they haven't sniffed this fucking shit.
Well, they sniffed
it. They sniffed, but you know, Franis, Zach Coberly fucked us, and so did Reinhardt.
Well, their blue balls are like unbelievable. They sniff, they've touched, they've done it all. They just haven't.
Next years.
Fuck, I'm just gonna blindly agree with you and pray, bro.
All right, until next time.
Go Canada. Hopefully we win.
Yeah, and hopefully we're at a good.
Hopefully it's a hell of a game.
Yeah, so next episode. Yeah. All right.